In Inner Mongolia, China, a stray dog was discovered lying helplessly by the side of the road. His hind legs were completely immobile and wrapped in gauze. Mr. Wang, who was on a journey to Tibet, came across the scene and decided to stop. He offered the dog some biscuits and water, which the dog eagerly devoured. It was unclear how the dog had managed to survive up to that point. Upon unwrapping the gauze, Mr. Wang discovered that the dog's legs were severely injured, likely from being hit by a car. The driver responsible had left the scene. With only his front legs functioning, the dog had been dragging his hind legs along the ground, taking frequent breaks to rest. Despite the challenges of traveling with an injured animal, Mr. Wang made the decision to help. He secured the dog to his luggage with a rope, and the dog cooperated well. At the hospital, the veterinarian determined that the nerve damage in the dog's hind legs was severe and not salvageable through surgery, but medication could help. Mr. Wang knew that traveling with the dog would be tough, but he was determined to see it through. He cleaned and bandaged the wound and began a journey with the dog, now named Bitter Gourd. Under Mr. Wang's care, Bitter Gourd slept peacefully and gradually adjusted to his new life. Each day, Mr. Wang provided him with nutritious meals, medication, and plenty of massages to keep him comfortable. The journey was long and arduous, passing through desolate landscapes and challenging terrain. Bitter Gourd was remarkably obedient, even taking his medicine without fuss. As his wound healed, he began to show more energy and even surprised everyone by becoming a proficient swimmer. The road to Tibet was filled with both beauty and hardship. Mr. Wang and Bitter Gourd explored Xinjiang, enjoyed local specialties, and continued their journey south. Despite the difficulties, including dealing with the altitude and strong winds, Bitter Gourd remained a trooper. He adapted to the changing conditions and grew stronger. Finally, they reached the base camp of Mount Everest. The sight of the sunrise over the mountain was breathtaking. After arriving in Lhasa and experiencing the local customs, it was time to head home. Bitter Gourd, who had gained weight and strength, was ready for his new life. Back home, Mr. Wang prepared a special place for Bitter Gourd, complete with a scooter he quickly learned to use. They built a cozy house for him, and Bitter Gourd adjusted happily to his new home. A year after rescuing him, they celebrated his birthday together. Mr. Wang continues to take Bitter Gourd on adventures, from beach trips to daily walks. Despite his initial struggles and the loss of his hind legs, Bitter Gourd is now the happiest dog in the village, living a life full of love and joy. And so, Mr. Wang and Bitter Gourd's story of friendship and perseverance goes on, filled with countless more adventures to come. Share your thoughts about this story in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories. Next, you can check out these two amazing stories.